right, y'all, so far this year, open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act shows a record number of people have signed up for health insurance. Of course, the Hill website posted numbers from the first day of enrollment, which was November 1st. According to the report, more than 200,000 people selected plans for 2018. More than 1 million people visited healthcare.gov that day. Last year, only 100,000 people selected a plan that day, and 750,000 visited the website. Democrats feared the enrollment would drop because of Trump's administration's cutbacks in outreach and advertising. The Hill reports the administration cut the outreach budget by 90%. They slashed in half the number of days you can sign up. They also cut back on grants to groups that help people enroll, and the enrollment period, again, is half of this year. It ends December 15th. Folks, it's real clear that it didn't work. In fact, this is hilarious. So for 5 days, I've been emailing the administration, emailing Hope Hicks and Kellyanne Conway. I told y'all I was going to call the roll. And Helen Farr and Mercedes Torres and Hogan Gitley, Omarosa's on email as well. I was about to ask Sarah Huckabee Sanders, but she's busy lying from the podium, about this as well. And they didn't respond to the email till I finally sent. I said, let me tell y'all something. I ain't going away. Y'all gonna get an email every single day from me until somebody answer my email. And they finally sent me a couple of other names, so now I'm gonna go after them. Angela, bottom line is here. All these broke white folks out here who voted for Trump now realize that the Affordable Care Act is the same as Obamacare. Now they freaking out. It didn't work.
Yeah, and Roland, to your credit, you have really spent a lot of time making sure people understand when the enrollment period is. And so these other forms of communication have helped to keep people aware. And so our society is working to keep itself intact in a time of turbulence.
Derek, if you're Trump, you're like, damn it, we tried to kill this thing, and y'all still signing up.
Yeah, but what it did talk about are the subsidies that were. This happened inadvertently because they took away the subsidies and put them back in, and now it allowed for people, much more low-income families, to qualify for what and be able to sign up.
You mean all them broke white folks who voted for Trump?
Folks white folk too. Okay, because the thing about it is, you talk about the people below poverty, which is $18,000 per person and $36,000 per family, and so the bigger issue is how many people in this country actually fall into that category. And that's pretty sad because because these states implemented this program, it's like 8 out of 10 people that signed up for Obamacare before are now signing up again.
Jan, it's real simple. You look at, according to the Clyburn Amendment, where he wants 10% of all federal funds to go to the counties where 20% or more of the people live below the poverty line for 30 years. 2/3 of those counties are in Republican districts.
Yeah, it's a classic example. It's been going on for a long time of people voting for what they believe in as opposed to what they need. They believe in white superiority. They believe in segregation and stuff, discrimination. That ain't what they need.
They've fallen for the flag stuff. There's a Politico has a story, Scott, where all these white voters said, oh yeah, we don't believe he's going to bring the meals back, but we believe he's telling the truth. Then they literally everything that Trump has done, they blamed on somebody else. And they say, oh, you vote for him again. And I'm going, y'all broke, you ain't got jobs, you complain about the opioid crisis, and then you don't support the Affordable Care Act. How the hell you think you're going to be able to deal with your addiction if you don't have health care? I mean, and then they called, in the article, one of the guys called the NFL the Niggas for Life League.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Let me say this. Those top 10 southern states, those people that are talking.
That's a rural place in Pennsylvania that
right.
Trump won. Go ahead.
But they're the biggest receivers of entitlements. Those same people talking about Trump. But the reality is, and my take on the numbers in regard to Obamacare is that it's the Trump effect, if you will. You know, they cut advertising and what have you, but they've talked about it every day, and they've had like 5 or 6 different bills fail. So, and they have CBO assessments. So maybe Trump is working for us versus against us on this.
Let me also say this here. So in the last hour, we had Justin Fairfax on the show. And so I need to say this. He said about I need to say it. And I appreciate the fact that Justin Fairfax gave his first television interview since winning to TV1, because here's the piece. All the other networks, they've been blowing his phone up. I mean, all of them. They all want him on all their shows. Take your take your pick. They all want him. But guess what? None of them wanted him on their networks when he was running. None of them wanted him on their show when he was running last year, and the Democrats wouldn't let him speak at the convention, and we put him on this show. And so I appreciate a black politician remembering the folks who were with him, who gave him airtime and space before he actually ran. And so that's a lesson to all y'all folks out there who ignore black media. Don't just call us when you need us.
Well,
when you actually get somewhere, also, you come back to the place that had your back when other folks didn't. And so it's also why it's important we got to have our own, because I keep telling y'all, this is the 190th anniversary of the nation's first black newspaper, Freedom's Journal, founded in March 1827, and where they wrote in the lead editorial, "We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us." You heard Justin talk about getting donations and getting support about being on this show. So to all the black politicians out there, to all you black entertainers, to all you black folks in sports, to all you black folks in business, don't you ignore the only black national news show on television, the only black cable network with a news show, because see, other folks will love you after you somebody. We gonna love you when nobody else know your name but us.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.